So if you are already, just work your way into a laying down. Actually, let's lay on the blocks. If you have blocks, or if you don't have block, get like a bed pillow or two couch pillows would do. We'll start in that position today. So laying these in the medium setting, or actually the low setting, and we're going to start right at the bra line or the rib line and lay on the blocks, and you can create whatever position that feels good for your head. So we'll start on our backs and just have your strap close by. So allowing the legs to go long, or you're welcome to have them bent. And then settle your head down. And it could be a medium setting for your neck or a low setting, which really depends. So whatever feels good. I think right now for me, bending my knees feels good. If you're laying your legs nice and long, that's perfectly fine. So we'll just get settled into our practice. And then if you would like, just to open your arms nice and wide, allowing for the chest to open, or they can be down to your side, just allowing for the expansion of the chest. And we'll just take a nice deep breath and sigh it out. And just becoming aware of the connection with our breath and our body, and just being aware of how our bodies are feeling in this moment, this afternoon, this day. And just checking in with yourself, and we'll just be as mindful as we can with all of the movement today, really respecting our bodies, respecting what our limitations are, and maybe advancements where we need to take our bodies. You can play with your arm placement as well, and maybe even a goalpost position feels good to me. That feels really nice to get a little bit more openness in the chest. Just settling in, feeling the belly rise and fall. And we'll take about 5 more breaths or so. We'll just take our time here. And just being aware if there's any thoughts flowing through your mind, to let them go, clear them a little bit. And try to free your mind for this hour. And then if your arms aren't in goalposts, I'm going to have you bring them in goalposts so that the thumbs are by your ears. And then we're just going to start to gently reach your arms up overhead, and then bring your elbows back down toward your side. So keeping that goalpost position, kind of like a snow angel with bent elbows. So reaching the arms, they go straight overhead, and then pulling the elbows down toward your sides. Good. Just allowing for this openness of the chest. That nice expansion. We'll do just a couple more. Good. And then working our arms back to a goalpost position, allowing the elbows to fall heavy towards the floor. Maybe the hands and the forearms can touch the floor for just a moment. And take another breath. Lovely. Bring your arms back down towards your sides. Roll over onto one side, gently rolling off your blocks. Take your blocks out of the way. Let's go ahead and dive into our straps. So we'll just start laying down groundwork to start our practice. We're going to bring your right leg or the strap underneath the right foot and bring that up towards the sky. You're welcome to have this knee bent if you would like, or maybe we'll just start there. And then if it feels really nice to release it, feel free to do that. So strap in hands, leg to the sky, pressing downward or pulling downwards with your hands. And let's just kind of give our leg a little forward and backwards movement, kind of working through the hamstring a little bit. Good. And then find where you're comfortable, that's a comfortable stretch. And then let's point and flex through the foot. So really articulating that movement, pointing and flexing. Maybe the strap even goes more along the ball of the foot. Good. Pulling down, pressing up, Let's do a couple more here. And then we'll take a little supination. So with both hands, kind of pulling one hand down and then the other hand, supination and pronation of the ankle. So inside, outside, just moving through the ankle a few times. Lovely. And then let's just take some circles, some nice gentle circles through the ankle and in the other direction. Lovely. Good. And then this leg, we're going to bring, so strap in right hand, we're going to bring the leg all the way out to the side. So elbow can be on the floor. So if I'm looking from that side, elbow on the floor, holding the strap. Good. Just allowing the hip to open. You can kind of counter with this knee a little bit, trying to even out the hips. And if it feels better to bend the knee, if you need to do that, you absolutely can. Good. Maybe the leg touches the floor, maybe not. Just feeling a little bit of that inner thigh stretch. So we'll take a couple breaths here. Lovely, just one more. And then we'll bring the leg through center. We're gonna cross the leg just a few inches over the other leg line here. Getting a nice stretch in the IT band. Make sure the hips stay on the floor. Good. Really feeling that outside thigh, stretch it out. You can always lower that bottom leg too if that feels good to you. Good, and then if it feels nice, if that twist feels good, we're gonna bring that foot all the way down towards the ground. So straight legs, you are welcome to bend your knee as well if this is too much right now. Stretching the outside of the hip, open your heart, let's look over to the right side. So find this nice elongated supine twist. We'll take just a couple more breaths. And let's pull the leg back through center, bend the left leg if it's not already bent, cross the right leg over, take the strap away. Let's take a figure four. So reaching right hand in between the thigh, left hand on the outside, grab the back of your thigh, pull in your hat on the floor. Feel free to grab your shin if you have the flexibility. So whatever works for you. Come forward just a little bit. Good. Pressing away with the right knee, so the right knee presses out. Maybe wiggle it out a little bit. Nice flexed right ankle. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe wiggle out the ankle. Can you pull just a little bit more, get a little bit more of a stretch? Lovely. Let's bring the left foot on the floor. The right sole up towards the sky. The right arm's going to come on the inside for half happy baby. So pulling downwards. So the knee is going to come downwards. It's hard to see in the angle, but you get the gist. So if we're doing it on this side, pulling downwards towards the floor. Good. And you're welcome also to lengthen that leg out if that feels good. If that feels like a release, or if this is a little bit more gentle for you, take what works. So this is a really nice outer glute stretch. You'll feel it in the back of the thigh as well, so in that hamstring. Let's just take a couple more breaths. And then pull the ankle towards your belly button. Grab a hold with your left hand of the ankle, the right hand with the knee, and let's just kind of rock the leg out a little bit here. Some rock from side to side, like we're cradling a baby here, but cradling our foot and our knee. Let's go to, and one. Lovely. Lengthen that out, shake it out. So let's go to the other side. So right foot on the floor, left foot's gonna lift. Let's take that, the strap right at the ball of the foot, lengthen it on up. Just a nice gentle press downward, and then we'll just kind of do that shift forward and back again, feeling that hamstring stretch. Good, and then finding where you feel that nice tension or that comfortable tension. in that hamstring, and then let's point and flex into the foot. Nice articulation. Good, and let's do that pronation and supination, so pulling from one side of the strap to the other, maybe coming along on the arch of the foot, out and in. So pulling one foot down or one strap down and then the other, getting in that nice movement in the ankle. And let's just find some circles. Ankle will take over, little circles, lovely. 2 and 1. Let's take the strap in the left hand, open the hips on out. If it feels good to lengthen the leg, you absolutely can, or keep the foot on the floor. Getting that nice inner thigh stretch. And just a couple breaths. Lovely, and then we'll bring it back up through center. Grab a hold of the right hand, cross over the body just a few inches so that this hip doesn't lift off the floor to get that nice IT band stretch. Maybe even sickling the foot downwards in the outside arch up towards the sky. You'll get a little bit more out of it. Good, take just a couple more breaths. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna allow the hip to lift and bringing the leg all the way to the floor or the other side, getting in that nice elongated supine twist. Look to your left side and take a couple more breaths here. Lovely, we'll bring it back through center. Let's bend the right leg, cross this one over, release your strap. Let's come into that figure 4, grab your shin or the back of your thigh, pulling inwards while pushing outwards with that left knee. And if you would like to roll, kind of rock the spine out a little bit, feel free to do that. Maybe give your right ankle a little swirl. And we'll take one more breath. Lovely. And then bring your right foot to the floor, the left arch up towards the sky, or foot up towards the sky, the left elbow right on the inside for half happy baby. If it feels good to lengthen the right leg here, feel free. We'll take just a few more breaths here. And just one more. Allowing for that nice outer glute stretch and thigh stretch. Good. Release your foot. Lengthen your legs. Give your legs a little pedal on the floor. Then hug your knees into your chest. So let's rock and roll on our spines a few times to a seat. Use a little bit more momentum if that feels good. Cross your legs. Sit up nice and tall. Actually, I'll just face my mat. That's fine. Oh. Make a nice big inhale. Exhale, forward fold real quick. So hands in front of you. Maybe kind of rock through the spine a little bit. Take a moment. And just one more breath. And then we're going to pull it forward onto all fours. So into the wall. Find your way into the middle of your mat. Let's take a few cat-cows, wrists right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. We'll drop the belly, lift the hearts. And exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, drop and lift. Exhale, round, tucking the pelvis. Good, just your own variation. If some other movement feels good or intuitive to your body, absolutely take that. This is your time and your practice. Go at your own pace. We'll go one more round. Lovely, good. So we'll start to get a little bit more active into our movement here. We're gonna bring our left leg nice and long. Let's lift the leg up and then reach the right leg nice and long. Biceps inwards, right by the ear, palms inwards. Good, words backwards. Pull the belly button in. Find some strength, find some balance here. Take a breath. Good, and then we're gonna pull the knee in and reach it nice and long. Good, pull it in and reach long. Nice, pull in. Well, let's get a little bit of arcing in the spine now. So rounding, pulling in, inhale into that kind of cow shape. So that cat-cow movement. Still controlling through the core. Good, crunching in, inhale. Exhale, good. Let's go one more round. Exhale, let's hold here for just a moment. Crunch it in. Good, reach it long. Beautiful, right hand on the floor. We're gonna pivot the right foot outwards, outside the mat. Let's come into a little modified side plank. We're gonna bring your toe on the floor, reaching the left arm up and over, and then lifting on up. Good, coming down, lifting up, coming down, lifting up. Let's go to just getting a nice side bend, a little bit of activity through the midsection. Good, one more time, reach, and let's hold for just a moment, look towards the sky. Good, for 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna bring the foot down, lift it on up. Let's come into a little side, kind of like a reverse angle here. Take a stretch for the side body. Lovely, and come all the way back down, windmill the arms. Let's go to the other side. So right leg reaches long, left arm reaches long. Pulling the belly in, let's find some stability first. Connecting with your core. Good, and then we'll start pulling it in. Let's go nice and gentle, in and out. Let's keep the back foot. Here you can flex and then point it, but kind of like to bring a little bit more activity into the leg. So flexing back maybe and pointing inwards. Good, let's just start moving through the spine, rounding and arcing. Good, let's go to one more time. Let's hold our little crunch, rounding through the spine, pulling everything in for 3, 2, and 1. Reach it long. Hand to the floor, left foot pivot to the outside of the mat. Let's find this side plank. So I'll be facing away for just a moment. We'll bring your hands down, the toe down, and then lift back up. Coming on down, lifting back up, feeling that nice arch, and the strength in the body. Let's go to and 1. Let's hold it up for just a moment for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot on the floor. Lift yourself up for just a second for a little reverse side bend. Lovely. Windmill the arms, hands under the shoulders, back to our knees. Tuck your toes under. Let's lift our knees up. Pull the belly in, and then set them back down. And then lift them back up, and set them back down. Lovely, really active into the core, lift them up, set them back down. This time, let's lift them, hold, and then press back into down dog. Lengthen through your spine so it's gonna be a nice narrow down dog. And let's come all the way back to our knees. Let's take a few rounds cat-cow. Actually, just one in between. We'll do a few rounds of this. Hover the knees, press your hips back. Heels sink down. Knees come back to the floor. Cat-cow, move through the spine. Lovely. Neutral spine. Knees float. Press back, down dog. Back to your knees. One round, cat-cow. Lovely. One more time this way. Neutral spine. Lift the knees. Press it back. Come on forward. Cat-cow, beautiful. Let's just go a little side to side bend for just a moment for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Keep your toes tucked. Reach your hands forward. We'll do a little active movement here. So pressing back into the heels, the toes stay nice and tucked. Arms so active, child's pose. Pressing the chest down towards the earth. And let's Tuck the pelvis under, round, round, round through your spine. Coming forward to a modified plank, and then we're gonna let the hips drop if it feels okay, arcing through the heart. Kind of like a modified up dog. And then round through your spine. Let's move all the way back into our active child's pose. Good, and let's just flow about 5 rounds through, nice and slow, nice and controlled, opening the heart, dropping the belly, rounding through the spine, rolling all the way back to that active child's pose. Good, 4 more rounds. Be just following your own pace, moving through your spine. Breathe. Connecting with your breath, kind of like a little moving meditation. Good. Inhale. Exhale back. Let's hold our active child's pose for just a moment. And then one more breath here. Rolling forward, untuck your toes, coming forward to that modified plank. We're gonna lower all the way down to the floor for our first official cobra. Hands underneath the shoulders, lifting through the thoracic spine, really long through the legs, kneecaps float. Let's lift into our little cobra. And exhale back down. Inhale, lift. And exhale back down. Good, one more time, see how it can get a little bit higher. Nice, gazes forward. Lovely, come all the way back down. Tucking your toes from your knees, you're gonna press up, find your nice plank position. And then we're gonna roll back downward facing dog. So pedal out the legs, press into your palms. Get that nice length, so now we're in the full version of the down dog. So pedal it out, releasing through the spine. And then once you're ready, just settle the heels into the mat. Palms pressed away, chest presses down. Find the length in your spine. Good. We'll take one more breath. Lovely. Lift your right leg nice and high. We're gonna step the foot in between your hands, bringing the back knee down towards the earth. Let's lift on up, Anjaneyasana. Press the hips forward. Good. Open your heart here. And then reach back toward the sky. Then open like that goalpost when we were laying on our backs. Good, and reach. Good, and open. And reach. Lovely, hold it here. We're gonna rotate to your right. Open your arms, left hand on the floor, right hand to the sky. Stay here for a moment. Find that nice rotation, twist. Beautiful, hand toward or to the floor, framing your foot. Let's press it back, toes towards the sky. If it feels good to come all the way back on your heels, if not, just halfway. Get that nice stretch in the back of the thigh. Breathe. Nice. Good, and shift it forward again. Press. Hands to the earth. Tuck the back toe. Downward facing dog. However you get there, just be mindful. And then lift your left leg nice and high. Step the foot in between. Set the back knee down. Untuck the back toes. Let's rise. Anjaneyasana. Left side. Press the hips forward, open the heart. And let's take that little goalpost, bringing the elbows down and arms up towards the sky. Good, reach. Let's go 2. Squeezing those shoulder blades. And 1, rotate left, lengthen. Right hand down, left hand up, open your heart. Good, take a breath or 2 here. Getting that nice twist. And then hand towards the earth, frame your foot. Let's press it back maybe here or maybe all the way back, stretching the back of the leg. Take a moment, a little forward fold here. Good, let's go 2. And 1, shift it forward. hover, or not hover, but frame your foot, press hips, hands plant, press it back, downward facing dog. Lovely work. We're gonna start to walk our hands back towards our feet. For a forward fold, feel free to bend deeply in the knees. Let's take opposite elbows here and sway side to side. Releasing through the spine. Good, keep that forward fold. Just swaying it out, releasing through the low back. Maybe shake your head yes and no while we're here. Find maybe little figure eights with the spine, just releasing, letting go. And then hands fall to the earth, shifting forward and back a couple of times. Good, and then find your equilibrium. We're gonna walk our hands all the way over to the left side and maybe bend into the right knee. And then walk yourself all the way over to the right side, bend to the left knee. So let's just do this a couple times, moving from side to side. Good, getting that nice fold in the spine. Good, find your way back through center. Once we arrive there, we're gonna roll our spines up one vertebra at a time, ever so slowly as stand. Lovely, rolling the shoulders back into place. Let's roll them a few times. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Standing tall, mountain pose. Let's close our eyes for just a moment and just feel the feet or the floor underneath us, the connection with your feet on the earth. Be feeling that subtle sway in the body. Take a breath. Sigh it out. Lovely. Take one more. And then open the eyes. Let's just start taking a little rotation through the torso, allowing the arms kind of just hit your sides gently as you rock from side to side. Good, cultivating energy. Loose arms. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your way back through center. We'll take a nice big inhale. We're gonna bring the elbows to a little 90 degrees. We're gonna come into like a little chair position. And we'll do opposite arm, opposite leg reach and come into a little balance. So squat down, reach opposite arm, opposite leg. Down, reach, down, reach, whoops. Finding the balance challenge in this. Good, reach. We'll do a few more this way. Reach. Good. Reach. One more time. Let's hold this balance. Good. If it feels okay, let's take the ankle with your right hand. Pointing the knee down towards the floor. Tucking the pelvis under. Let's just hold here. Good. Growing tall. Nice. Little quad stretch. And then bringing the knee up, releasing the hand, grabbing a hold of the knee. You can find the balance. Maybe we're just here. Maybe we can find, whoops, a little twist to the right side. Good. Come back in through center, hug the knee in, and release that. Good, we'll come on down. Let's just balance on this side for just a moment. And then if you can take the ankle, that feels good for a little quad stretch. Pressing the hips forward, knee presses down towards the floor. Good. Take just another moment. Working on balance. Releasing the foot, the knee comes up. Grab a hold with the right hand, open the heart. Whatever works, just do your best. Good. Coming back through center, hug the knee in, beautiful, feet down. We're gonna flow a little bit, do a little vinyasa style. So arms up to the sky, nice big inhale. Exhale, roll the spine down for this one. Walk your hands out to a plank position if that feels okay. Lower to your knees if not. Hold the plank position, pull the belly in. And then for this first round, we'll all lower to our knees, or we'll continue doing this. Elbows tuck in, lower all the way down to the floor. Come into your cobra. Exhale back down from your knees, tuck your toes, strong through your arms, press up. Downward facing dog, lengthen up through the spine. Pressing into the mat. Good, breathe. Take a moment. Lift your heels nice and high, bend your knees, look forward. Let's step in between the hands. Halfway lift, lengthen. So maybe you're at your shins. Exhale, fold. One more time, halfway lift, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive with flat spine this time. Lift it all the way up. Maybe a tiny little back bend, pressing the hips forward. Exhale, hands to heart center, one breath. Good, exhale, letting go, maybe connecting with that Ujjayi breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, let's fly forward. Flat spine, good, halfway lift at the base. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a plank position. Lowering to your knees, solid through your belly, elbows tuck all the way down. Cobra, and tuck your toes. All the way back down, tuck them back. Knees to the floor, press up, strong arms. Find your plank, downward facing dog. Beautiful. So we're gonna flow just a few more times through our sun salutation. Lift your heels nice and high, bend your knees, look forward, step in between the hands. Halfway lift, lengthen, exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, strong spine, good. Palms meet, press the hips forward if it feels good. Exhale, let's fold right into it. We're just gonna flow, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back. You can always come into just a down dog as well, or a child's pose. There we go. Elbows tuck, come all the way down. Cobra. Back down. From your knees, tuck your toes, press away. Plank pose. Downward facing dog, breathe, nice work. Lift your heels nice and high, bend your knees, step in between your hands. Good, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, lift. Exhale, dive, open your heart. Halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your hands, lovely. Let's do 2 more rounds this way, knees down, elbows all the way down, cobra. Nice. Remember, down dog is there for you if coming down to your belly isn't working for you today. Good, down dog. Lift your heels nice and high. 1 more round this way. Just feeling that flow in your body. Halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, lift. Exhale, fold, dive. Lovely. Halfway. Plant your hands, step back. Knees lower, elbows tuck all the way down. Up dog. Not up dog, cobra. Oh, you can certainly take up dog. Just not doing that today. Good. Downward facing dog. There we go. Beautiful. Let's find some stillness in your down dog. Press into the mat. Find some length. Nice. You can always take child's pose if that feels better for you right now. Or cat cow. Good. Take another breath. Sigh it out. Heels sink. Then lift your heels nice and high. Look forward. Step in between your hands. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, folds. We're going to sink right into our little chair pose, lifting your arms towards the sky, or feel free to take it to prayer. So booty sits back, nice and controlled through the thighs. Take just a moment here. Good. Make sure we're not overarching the spine. Tuck just a little bit. Find some strength in the thighs. Inhale. Exhale to stand. Inhale to rise. Exhale, chair pose. We're going to flow through this just a little bit. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale to stand. Inhale to rise. Exhale, chair pose. Good. Inhale. Exhale, stand. Inhale, rise. Exhale, chair pose. Nice. Let's just flow. Use your breath. Chair. Belly pulls in. Good. Whoops. Lift it up. Out of order here. Good. Sink down. Inhale. Exhale. Center. Inhale. Lift. Exhale. Chair. One more time. Good. That hands here at center. Reach to the sky. Sink it. Lovely work. Breathe. Exhale. Fold to the floor. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Good. We're going to pivot that back foot and rise, warrior one. Pressing the hips forward, the knee right over the ankle. Try to square your hips. Lifting up and maybe taking a little wider stance in between the ankles. Good. Let's take that nice movement through the chest again. Reaching the hands up, pulling down. Let's do two more. Lovely. Good. And then bringing the arms out. Rotate. Warrior two. Reaching forward, reaching back. Finding that equilibrium, and reach forearm down, arm sweeps up and over for a nice little side bend. Breathe. Good. Let's take two, strong through your legs, and one, reverse your warrior, up and over. Inhale, and exhale, forearm to the thigh, up and over, open your heart. Good, inhale, exhale, last time. Good, and windmill arms, frame your foot, step that foot forward. We're just gonna go right to the other side. So lunge back, pivot the foot, warrior one, pressing the hips forward. Nice, open heart, reach to the sky. Coming down, reaching up. Lovely. Open to a T pivot, warrior position. Heels align. Nice, long through the spine. Shift forward and back a few times. Next time you shift forward, forearm to the thigh, arm up and over, side bend. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale deeper, looking towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, reverse your warrior here. Go, keep it strong in the legs. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, reverse. Lovely windmill arms here, all the way down towards the floor. This time, let's just step it back into a down dog. Lovely, pedal at the feet. Now settle your heels down, lift your right leg. Let's open the hip into scorpion pose, so bending the knee. Good. Just getting that nice openness. If it feels good to kind of move through the knee, feel free to do that. If it just feels good to be stable, we'll do that. Lovely, bring that foot down. Let's just go right to the other side. So lifting it up, opening the hips. If it feels good to bring any movement in, bring it. If it feels good to have stillness, that's fine. Lovely, straighten the leg, both feet back on the earth. Good, let's come down to our knees and come into puppy dog pose. So reaching those arms forward, press the chest down toward the earth. Get a nice chest stretch here. Taking a little break. Good. Forehead down towards the earth, getting that nice stretch in the spine. Take some nice deep breaths. Just connect with the sensation. This foot should feel really nice. And just one last breath. Sigh it out, settle into the pose. And then we'll work our way back out. You're gonna lift the right hand towards the sky and let's weave it through for thread the needle, reaching as far as you can go. And then reaching the other arm up over your head. Maybe keeping those toes untucked. Getting a nice stretch in the back of the shoulder. Good, take another couple breaths. Stillness should feel really nice. And then left hand back to the floor, right hand unwinds to the sky. And let's just repeat on the other side. So left arm lifts, weave it on through, stretch through the shoulder, cheek to the floor, other arm reaches overhead. Take a few breaths here. And just one more. We'll work our right hand back towards the earth, arm up towards the sky, open. Lovely, hand comes back down. Let's step those hands forward. Actually, we're gonna bring our hips forward and bring our belly all the way down to the floor. Let's get into a little extension. And before the end of class, I wanted to get into a little spinal extension. So bring your hands behind you, pull the shoulders down, coming into locust pose, prep locust pose. We're gonna reach the arms up, lifting through the heart, and then bring them back down. Lift them up with a nice inhale, and exhale back down. Lift them up, and exhale back down. If you combined the next one, maybe you could interlace the hands, pull the shoulders back. And if it feels good, maybe you can even lift the legs up. Good for this full locust. Breathe, maybe they just stay down, and that's fine as well. Take a moment, shoulders back, looking forward. Lovely, one cheek on the floor, hands to your sides, bend the knees, crisscross, lovely. Let's take the bow pose. So if bow doesn't work for you, you're welcome to come back into locust. We're going to bend your knees or keep them bent, grab a hold of your ankles. So you're welcome just to stay here and practice on this. If you can lift your chest up and lift the thighs up, coming into that full bow pose here. Breathe. Shoulders back. Maybe rock through your belly a little bit. Can you lift one inch higher? Good. And release. Let's press it back into a child's pose. Let's bring the knees together for this one. Knees together. Press it back. If you want to bring your arms behind, feel free. Maybe the crown of the head to the floor. Just release through the spine. Lovely work. Nice. Let's roll your spine on up. All the way up. Roll those shoulders back. Lovely. Hands on the earth. Tuck your toes. We're just going to press back to that forward fold and then roll your spine to a stand. Lovely. Let's come into a couple more balancing movements. We're going to step your right foot forward. And coming into warrior three, we're going to reach the arms forward and see if we can hover that back leg off the floor. Maybe you're more into an airplane if that feels a little bit more grounding for you. But you can always kickstand your foot as well. Let's just find this balance. Breathe. Flexing the foot, finding the length. Beautiful. And then bring your arms back behind you and find a little arc of your spine. Open your heart for airplane. Lovely. Bring it forward. Excellent. Shake that out. We're still going to stay balancing on the right foot. Let's open up the knees. I'll face you for a moment. And let's come into tree pose. So pulling the ankle into the thigh, or you're welcome to keep it on the calf or on the floor is fine. So hands to heart center, let's start here. Just take a nice deep breath, find your drishti, find a focal point. And if you feel stable and ready, maybe you can reach your branches, reaching them towards the sky, finding the grounding. Breathe. Good. Lovely. Bring your hands back, your heart center. Before we step down completely, we're going to take our hand to our left knee, or if you're on your right, that's fine as well. Whatever one you were working, open on up, hold here. Lovely. Bring it back through center, stand down, lovely. Shake it out, step to the back of your mat. Let's step the left foot forward. Let's dive into our warrior three, reaching the arms, flexing the foot, finding balance. So important we work on balance for our bodies. Find a place to focus on, breathe. Good, and then let's reach the arms behind you, open your heart, shoulders back and down. Maybe finding a little arc, looking forward just a smidge more. Good, and then standing on up. Shake it out. Let's take that tree pose, knee turns outwards, whether you're low or high. Take a variation you took on the other side. Hands to heart center, find your focal point. Good, and then grow your branches, grow tall. Take a breath. Find that grounding like a tree, well rooted in the floor and the earth. Good, hands come back to your heart center. And then grab a hold of your right or your left knee, whatever you are working on. Open it up. Good, take just a moment here. Ooh, falling over and stand down, good. I love those hips to just kind of shake them out. Take a nice wide stance and we'll just kind of shake out our hips, shake out our body for a moment, good. Just close your eyes for a moment. Cultivate some energy. Lovely, one more time, one more breath. Good, and just find stillness. Close your eyes for just a moment. Feel the energy running through your body. Take another breath. Side out, lovely. While we're standing, we're gonna take a nice wide stance here. Let's come into Prasarita, toes forward. I just love this for the whole back body stretch. We're gonna interlace our hands behind our back. If that doesn't feel good, just bring your hands to the floor, that's fine. Open your heart here, press your hips forward. Good, and then fold forward with a flat spine. Hands go up and over your head or towards the ceiling. Toes are pointed forward, finding your equilibrium, really pulling the shoulders out of the ears. Good, feeling the stretch in the back of the thighs. And then release your bind. Hands reach down towards your ankles or the floor, wherever they reach. And just shift forward and backwards a few times, finding that nice stretch in the whole back side of the body. Good. And then find stillness, feeling that whole stretch. Maybe shake your head yes and no while we're here. Want your whole neck, your cervical spine to feel really relaxed. Let it go, no tension. Good, take one more breath. And then hands back underneath the shoulders here, halfway lift. We're just gonna start to bend from side to side. Just kind of moving through the hips, lovely. Get a few movements. And if it feels good, maybe you can come all the way down to one side, bringing the toe up or whatever feels good. And holding here and getting a nice inner thigh stretch. And we'll work our way to the other side if that felt good. Breathe. Lovely. Working back through center. We're going to come into deep squat. So malasana, toes out. We're going to sink the heels down, press into the thighs. If you need to be a little bit higher, that's fine. Another option is you take your block and come to a seat on your block and just hang out here with us. Good. So whatever feels intuitive to you, let's work into the inner thighs, press into them. Kind of rock from side to side. Try to lengthen through your spine. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Deep squatting is so important. It's so good for us. Of course, if you have limitations with your knees, just be very mindful. You can come up much higher than I'm doing now. Or just sit on your seat. Perfectly fine. Open up those thighs. Take another breath. Sigh it out. Lovely. And hands behind you. Let your seat come down. Let's bring, I'm going to go lengthwise here. Bring your legs forward. We're going to keep our knees bent. Get your tush out from underneath you. You can place a pillow or a block underneath your knees, maybe even two. So make sure your knees are well bent because we want to dive into the low back. We're not working on hamstrings right now. So we're just going to hinge forward, get comfortable, and let your spine just fall over. Maybe your forehead can come onto your knees. And let's just hang out here for a moment. Wherever you can grab, just let that nice low back stretch happen. I'm going to take several breaths here, so get comfortable. We'll take two more breaths. So I just wanted you to, more yin style, to actually take a few moments in this because it feels really nice. Hopefully it feels good to you. Releasing the spine. Lovely. I could stay here all day. It feels really, really relaxing to me. So wherever you're at, just breathe into it. We'll take one more breath. And releasing the hands. Gently stack yourself on up. Releasing the blocks away from you. Let's open up those thighs. Soles of the feet come together. You also could absolutely sit on a block too if this is an uncomfortable position for you. Let's just pedal out the knees. And then hinge forward. Walk your hands forward. And once again, forward fold with open hips. So a little bit of a different stretch. Let your head hang heavy. And we'll take a few moments here as well before we take it all the way down back to the mat. And just let your head be heavy, settling in. And then we'll gently roll your spine on up. We're going to pull the left foot in and the right one over. So we're going to create like a pretzel shape. Now, if that doesn't work for you, let's lengthen the left leg long and keep this one bent. We're going to come into a seated twist. So growing nice and tall, taking left over right knee, right arm up and over, little pretzel twist here. Breathe. Growing nice and tall with your spine. And let's counter stretch the other direction. Nice big twist. Lovely. And let's switch directions. Right under left, left under over right. Lengthening the right leg out. If this does not work for you, keep your tailbone on the floor. Arm crosses over left. Arm lifts up and over right. Twist it out. Breathe. Counter stretch, other direction. Lovely. Bring it back through center. Let's work our way back to our spines. So scoot yourself forward, blocks aside. Roll your spine down gently. Hug your knees into your chest. Good. And then lengthen your legs out nice and long. Shavasana. Take up as much space as you like. If you need a towel or a towel, sweater, blanket, whatever you need, feel free to use that. Finding your way into the stillness. Good, just breathe. That's the last bit of class, just that time of stillness to just be present. Just lay with your body. Maybe check in with yourself, just see how you're feeling now in comparison to the beginning of class. Hopefully more relaxed, a little bit more restored. And my hopes is to have a clearer mind. And we'll take just a few minutes here to give you that time to let go. Just releasing every muscle in your body. Releasing any residual tension you might be holding on to. So just scan, check your body, check in with yourself. Just connect with your breath. Hopefully finding that restorative place in between sleep and consciousness. So just that surrender, stillness, letting go. And just start to reconnect with your breath. Maybe taking slightly larger breaths and just feeling your belly rise and fall as we bring awareness back into our bodies. And then we'll start to wiggle our fingers and our toes. Take another deep breath. Your next inhale the arms up over your head. Nice awakening stretch. Bring your feet to the earth, roll over onto one side, whatever side is most comfortable for you. Take another breath. Now press your bodies on up into a sitting position. And absolutely, if you want to stay on the floor, you totally can. So just sit up nice and tall. Bring our thumbs to our heart center. Pulling the shoulders down, feeling heavy in the sits bones. Crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath. Sigh out the breath. Let it go. And the next inhale is just for you. To inhale so much light, love, happiness, gratitude for yourself. Thank yourself for showing up today, and bring this practice into the rest of the day and go enjoy this beautiful weather we're having. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining this practice. And thank you, ladies, for allowing me to guide you today. I hope it was a nice, peaceful practice, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you next time, unless you have anything to say.
Thank you. It was great.
You're welcome. Good. Thanks for coming. I'll see you next time.